not having played or not being good doesn't discredit you. It just caps. Yeah. It caps your knowledge of it. And then the unfortunate thing is the most entertaining people that we see the most often on TV, the Stephen A's, the Skip Bayless, and now with the podcast space, you see more people. They're giving the loudest opinions.
Yeah.
And the opinions you see the most. And so as a player, it's just like, damn, bro, you really don't even know what the fuck you talking about. All right. Welcome back to another episode of Unguarded, brought to you by FVV TV, sponsored by Li Ning, our family over in Beijing, always taking good care of us. We appreciate y'all as always. This hopefully is my last intro. We got something special in store for y'all today. A new set, a new look, and a new guest / host / player partner in the building, Sarge, a.k.a. Big Sarge Sports. Man, welcome to the set.
Hey, man, I appreciate it. What took you so long, though? I mean, what took you so long? I'm around here, I'm seeing KD, Bun B, Draymond. I was like, wait a minute now. You need Sarge in here, too?
So we're for Big Sarge.
We were trying to figure out how to make it work for a long time. I know you and Tristan have developed a little bit of relationship. I was watching y'all walk in the house today. Y'all look like father and son. So
y'all really looking like the whole time.
Like father and son. Y'all built a little rapport. So we was trying to figure out how we wanted to do it. Me and Quez been trying different things, and that's the good thing about having your own show is you can, make decisions on the fly. So we thought we needed help. We needed another voice up here, somebody that's respected in the space, and especially in Houston, being here locally in Houston, you've been respected. So we just want to welcome you. I think it would be good to give a little background for those people that don't know who you are. Mm-hmm. But obviously we met each other personally when I joined the team 3 years ago. I've been able to build a little bit of a relationship outside of the locker room. Yeah. And so here we are today.
Yeah, so I appreciate it. And, if you know how me and Tristan actually talk to each other behind the scenes, you swear for goodness we hated each other. There was real quickly, we was having this heated music conversation in the Rockets media workroom. And people was in there. Me and Tristan just going back and forth. Then I got up and walked out. Then I opened the door back up, be like, "Hey, bro, we still good to go get something to eat next week, right?" And everybody was looking like,
Tristan heavily opinionated. He's standing on his opinion too.
Very with
stubborn motherfucker.
Right, very opinionated. And so, but a little bit about me, man. I'm a retired U.S. Army NCO non-commissioned officer. I've been in the sports space since 2017, covering the Houston Texans. 2018, covering the Houston Rockets. I also used to cover Major League Baseball, the Houston Astros. But when Dusty retired, I retired too. Like there's no other way to continue covering baseball when you sitting around, man with that much knowledge. Somebody, when we start talking about Cy Young, he's like, yeah, I played with him. Like what?
Damn,
what I'm saying? Tommy John surgery. He invented the high five and also turned me off to a certain pair of shoes. They was like, you gonna get those? Like hell no, Dusty. That's an 80-year-old man wearing them shoes. I would never get them. But with that being said, though, I am, like I said, I've been in this space for a while now. I'm a widower. Lost my first wife to colon cancer. March is colon cancer awareness month. So, you know what I'm saying? Go get your butt checked. And you don't even have to do it that way anymore. Now they they can do it blood work. They can do a blood work quiz. So you ain't got to be like, hey, bro, like, you got to take me out to eat first.
God,
you got to feed me before you try to get all back there. For sure. And then, you know what I'm saying, a pawpaw husband now, my lovely wife, sports fan, sports fanatic, Chrissy. So that's who I am in a nutshell, man.
Well,
that's
welcome to the show. This is why we brought you here, because you're going to go there with it. You're going to ruffle some feathers like we talked about. So
yeah,
that Rockets workroom already got y'all in trouble one time, so it's probably going to get you in trouble again soon coming up once they see this episode come out. But, man, we happy to have you, and I think this is the beginning of something good for us.
Hey, well, speaking of ruffling feathers, on Sunday night, San Antonio Spurs defeated the Houston Rockets by a score 145-120.
Belt to ass.
Hey, man, look, all I'm going to say is this, and Fred, you can speak to this more. It seemed like you all started the rebuild at the same time, but they look like they head and shoulders above. And I'm not just talking about with Wemby. Like, you can remove Wemby from that team. He got hurt earlier in the season, and they were still able to move on and to get to where they are right now as far as being, I think they're second in the West, if I'm not mistaken. And they're right on the heels of Oklahoma City, and they're not afraid of Oklahoma City. They've beaten them on multiple occasions. But when you go back and you watch that game, what do you feel like y'all could have done better to get over that hump?
Well, let's slow down for a second. Because I can only talk about the last 3 years. I don't know what they was doing before I got here,
For sure.
us or them. We were better than them the last 2 years, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so they're better than us this year, you would say. You would say
Yes.
they're a better team than us this year.
I would say a better team, and,
Okay.
if I'm talking about right now,
From
the
just
future
yesterday.
looks better too.
Okay,
Or
what's
the
the
other
finish
day.
line?
The finish line is to win the finals.
So, have they done that?
They haven't yet.
Have they had a playoff series?
They haven't.
Okay. So
Not yet.
everybody slow the fuck down. It's a marathon. It's
Yeah.
not a sprint. They in front of us right now, literally in the standings. And then you could judge everything based upon, oh, they look like this or they look like this or this player is better than this player. Yeah, Wemby's an alien. Castle's a really good player. Harper looks like a really good player. Actually played with his brother in Toronto. So I like their team they got, but Fox was a great addition. They rolling. They having a good year. Yeah. But what's the finish line though? You know what I'm saying? It's easy to say that now in the moment, and being 100, they beat our ass. They beat the skin off our ass.
Yeah.
But I don't remember, and this is my ignorance to the fandom and the social media verse of how we consume the game. Everybody taking all these victory laps and we was just beating their ass.
Yeah. No, I get it.
You know what I'm saying? So from my seat, without me, without Steven, yeah. But how can you fairly judge that? You grading them under two different circumstances.
Yeah, but they last year they were without. I think Wemby was out for
he was out for a
minute.
while, right?
And so I guess it's almost like the roles reversing there.
For sure. And you take your lumps. This is the beauty of the game. You take your lumps. You know, when you down, and goddamn when you up, then you can take your victory lap. So they having a moment in terms of that. But my thing is, it's a million different ways to get to the end goal. And I went through 2 sweeps before I won the championship. We got swept back-to-back years before I won the championship on the 3rd year. And then it's not till you win it till you validate it. Yeah. So up until that point, everything is a failure. It's gonna be 29 teams not winning the championship this year. It's only a few of them that's gonna be disappointed that they don't win it.
But on Sunday though, on Sunday,
I mean,
Quez, right? On Sunday, it just looked like it looked totally different. Like they
rolling,
playing Yates.
They rolling right, but I ain't gonna lie. In a 7-game series, still ain't fucking with us. You know what I'm saying? And right now, we still ain't really meshing as we should. You know, the people see that, the fans see that. You know what I'm saying? We done lost some games that we for sure should have won. The guys, it still seemed like a little bit of friction on who to go to and this, that, and the third and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But I honestly still feel like in a 7-game series, ain't nobody fucking with us right now.
You got
this without our guy.
You got the Spurs as the favorite in the West.
No, I don't have them as a
where
favorite
you
in the
got
West,
them at?
but I got them right behind OKC.
Okay, so you got them second where they at. So you got them over Denver, Minnesota, us, Lakers.
Warriors, Suns, Timberwolves.
We gonna see.
Yeah,
We're gonna see.
because they look like they clicking it. They all clicking
For
at the
sure.
right time, and with the way that they're playing. So I mean, if we keep it at 100, they look like they knew what they were doing. And a lot of times a lot of times on Sunday night, it looked like the Rockets was just out of sync, like a step slow.
Right.
They driving to the lane, kicking out. It's the exact same thing that happened in Miami. Driving to the lane, kicking out. And so if you, 60 games in, 61, 62 games in, and Ime is still talking about we got to try to figure it out. You ain't you ain't got that much time left. So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no.
But they only got down, second?
That's fair. I think the fair criticism of this year and this team so far has been like what it looked like in the process of it. The thing that's weird, and which is why you have to give the guys some credit, is we still 3rd in the West. After all of that, after everything that we see, sometimes it look like we don't know what we're doing. Sometimes we don't bring it. Sometimes this, sometimes that. We still 3rd. You know what I'm saying? And for most people, that would be enough. But it's like you add KD, And now you have championship aspirations and championship expectations.
Yeah.
And so if you don't live up to that, then everything is a failure. But if you're just taking it at face value, I feel like Amen is taking a jump this year.
For sure.
I think that Reed is taking a huge jump this year. And Alpe's been up and down, but Alpe's now is a two-time All-Star, which wasn't the case before I got here. KD's been playing at an MVP level. Bari has taken a jump. And Tari was leading the league in three-point percentage before this recent stretch. So it's like, it's always, obviously I'm biased, so I'm going to put my rose-tinted glasses on. But like, just as easy as it is to criticize this shit, it's easy to look at it with the optimistic aspect too.
Yeah, and I'm only mentioning like just that game against the Spurs, and it almost looks like now the Spurs are the measuring stick. I mean, outside of OKC, it looks like the Spurs are the measuring stick. And along those same lines, I'm gonna talk about you mentioned somebody that I can't understand why the Rockets don't use him more. Jabari will come out and hit 2-3 shots, and then he won't touch the ball again for 2 quarters.
Yeah.
And then they'll come back in at the end of the game, then they'll try to get him involved. I understand last season what Ime said to us about, well, Dillon and Jabari, we don't run plays for them. They just got to get it how they get it. But by the same token, he's taken a step. He's played more with KD this year.
Yeah.
Like, how come he's not being used more especially with the mismatch that he has, the size, he shoot over people just like KD do.
Yeah, I think that the average fan or media members or whoever, people that's not inside the locker room, I think we often overestimate how much control the coach got or the scheme, or like, well, they not using him, or why they not running plays for him, because in reality in the NBA today, it ain't that many fucking plays being called. We're just out there hooping. So it's like there's people that take up that space.
Yeah.
That go get the ball, that go make a play, that go do this, that go do that, that people that demand that. And then there's the guys in between. And I've been both. I've been a guy to dominate the ball, and I've been a guy that got to wait, you know what I mean, for it to come my way. And it don't come your way every night.
Yeah.
Sometimes it do, and then you have a big night, and then sometimes it don't. So it's like, as a young player, you trying to figure that part out too. And before we went super heavy ISO this year, it was a more so like a equal opportunity, equal distribution game because we was developing. So now we're in a position where, you would like to see Jabari get more opportunity and more usage, but it's not like there's some agenda against him.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? The same thing can be said for Reed. It's because like when you see the big splash, you like, damn, he should be doing this every night. But that's not the trajectory of a player.
Yeah.
Most of these guys are building up into that. And then you got a motherfucker like KD who's been 25 a night for, 18 years.
That's the guy.
Yeah,
That's what man, listen, let's go and close with him, man. Let's put that out there for real. Because we got some guys that be trying to goddamn look them off and trying to make the last shot and shit. Come on, man.
So,
come on with that bullshit.
All right, with that being said, Quest, from the outside looking in, you think that right now where the Rockets currently stand, they got an opportunity or a chance to make a Western Conference run?
Hell
To the Western Conference Finals.
For sure. Because we third still with all of these like mishaps and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Even though the Spurs put BTA to us and shit like that, but I still feel like in a 7-game series in playoff mode, because you and I both know playoff mode is a different mode than regular season.
Animal.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? We just seen that last year with the one from Golden State. They was counting us out. Hold on. Pump y'all motherfucking brakes real quick. So yes, to your question, yes, I really truly feel like the Rockets can make a Western Conference
I'm
run.
going to tell you why I don't believe that. Only because you don't have this man right here. You don't have Steven. And I feel like the Rockets have lost their identity as far as defense is concerned. Ime, when he first got here, the one thing he stood on the most was defense. Now, the one thing that's always talked about in the press conferences, on social media, on the radio is, hey, what happened to the defense?
Yeah, 145 is crazy.
Yeah.
I would say, and I've had to detach a little bit this season from, the emotional aspect of it for mental health purposes. But like what I come away with is that we are not as connected as we need to be. Yeah. And most people view that as like a negative thing or a chemistry thing, but it's really like, I'm a connector.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I connect shit. I connect the dots. I connect the players. I connect the coaches. I connect everything. Steven Adams is a connector.
Yeah.
On the court, off the court, locker room. So like you losing two. Dillon Brooks was a connector.
Yeah.
You're losing that with a team that's trying to learn still how to be great with adding an all-time great. So it's like a lot of shit going on. I'm just not of the mind to like make a big conclusion based upon what we seeing, because I also know there's such thing as regular season teams and playoff teams. And I think all of our dysfunction and isolation and having to win a lot of different ways, that could benefit us in a 7-game series. I wouldn't want to play us in a 7-game series. I don't give a fuck who it is, with or without me right now, because you just don't know how it's going to go. Does that make us the favorites? No. But okay, I'll give you OKC for sure. Head and shoulders, I think, is been above everybody the last 2 years. And San Antonio is taking that turn now. Yeah. But I'm taking us over San Antonio. That's me.
I would say in a 7-game series, there are some teams that I look at in the Western Conference that may be able to adjust to just trying to get a ball to KD. Just trying to get a ball to KD and move out the way. And now he got to go and try to.
They was trapping him in the fucking backcourt in the San Antonio game.
So that's what I'm saying. I'm just like, I see it. I see
but
what you're talking about. But
when Reed, he's stepping up too. When they do shit like that with KD, you know what I'm saying? Them kickouts to him and he knocking down big shots. You just gotta be ready.
Can I ask you a question? What do you think that we've played up to our potential this year?
No.
So to me, I always view that as optimistic, like, because that's just how my brain works. Yeah. So I'm not looking at it like, oh, we haven't. I'm like, shit, if we can get there, shit.
But I'm merely talking about the game against. You know what? Hell no. Look, hell no. I was just gonna say, just the political. Hey, I was just talking about the Spurs. But what you go back and you look though. 18-point lead, fourth quarter, loss. New York Knicks. Before that, before the All-Star break, 15-point lead against the Clippers, loss. Lose to the Kings. I don't think they won 20 games this year. Lose to the Pelicans when you had 20-plus point lead against them. At this point of the season, watching that game on Sunday night, even if you lose, because I think at one point they was up like 40 points. Seemed like it. But even at this point, you shouldn't be getting blown out, especially when you got a team with KD on it, when you got a team with Alp on it, when you got a team with Ahman and Jabari and Reed coming off the bench. I just felt like from the get-go. I'm gonna give you a prime example. Yesterday I was watching on Sunday I was watching the SEC Women's Basketball Championship between the University of Texas and South Carolina.
Yeah.
UT got out on South Carolina like 14-0 before Don Staley called a timeout. And at that point, they was just constantly trying to play catch up the whole game. I think they lost by 14, 16 points. Yeah. When I watched the Rockets play the Spurs on Sunday night, that's what I felt like. I felt like at one point they were there, and then all of a sudden it was just gone.
It was the third quarter.
Yeah.
It was 50. Wemby hit a 3 right before half to make it 57-49. Before that, it was 54-40. Yeah, right? Or 67-49. I think they ended up playing 59. Sorry, excuse me. 67-59. Before that was 64. So they scored like 5 points in the last 30 seconds, right? You still had a game.
Yep.
You come out of halftime, they blitz you, now you down 20. That's pretty much the game right there. It's so fragile. And without me and without Steven, our margin for error is just so much smaller. So when we don't, and that's a tough way to live for young guys that's trying to figure out, because all of them guys is, 23, 24 and under. So they figuring it out, but I don't think it's like doom and gloom, like, oh my God, the sky's falling, you got to overreact.
I don't think that either.
Because when you in these positions, you have to have a big picture mindset, even when it and nobody's feeling worse than the players and the coaches.
For sure.
The fans, I don't give a fuck what y'all going through or how much money you spent on a ticket. Or, like, people dedicate their lives to this shit. So I be hating to see that from my seat. Like it's doom and gloom. Like, oh my God, the sky is falling. We don't have no hope. What? How the fuck was y'all just so optimistic a couple months ago?
Right.
That's the one thing.
You can't have both.
You're right. No, I agree with you.
You know what I'm
right.
saying? Oh, this is the best team ever. Oh my God. Ooh. But see, when you go around parading and talking, and you put your expectations on a motherfucker, on a player or a person or whoever.
Yep.
Ime was just the best coach in the world. Now he don't know what he doing?
Oh yeah, they
That's
fire Ime
the
every
worst
day.
shit in the world.
Every day they fire Ime, and then they rehire him,
Get
they
rid of
fire
him, all
him,
that
and they
shit.
rehire.
Yeah. So the main thing about it is people need somebody to blame.
Yep.
And that's the game that we live in. And luckily, I've built myself into a position to where I can be that person for a team. I can be the scapegoat.
Yeah.
I've built myself up to a position where like, yeah, blame me. I
You
wish
don't
I
give
was
a-
out there
you
to
don't
take
give
the
a
blame
fuck.
right
Yeah,
now.
for sure.
Don't blame me while I'm hurt. Cause now you just you just hurt my feelings.
Kick me while I'm down.
Down, right.
Now you just kicking me while I'm down. You blame me while I'm hurt. But I wish I was out there to help these guys. And I mean, we had a game. Look, 59-69. And then you can't overreact to one game. But it did feel like they were making a statement. Write this shit down. We're going to mark this right down today. Let's just see how the playoffs go. And see if everybody who crowning them, let's see what they do in the playoffs. That's all I'm saying.
I ain't gonna crown their ass in the regular season. Fuck
I don't
outta
want to
here.
say you crown them in the regular season, but just by looking at that game on Sunday, they just never seemed like they was out of the game. Like they seemed like they was in full control. Even when I think that the Rockets got within 5 points, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And so I'm not saying like I'm not one of them skies falling type guys either. So I'm just merely reacting to just the one game on Sunday night. Now, Fred, you mentioned about being, in your seat. I know a place that you hate being. Where are you in your rehab right now?
I'm about 5.5 months, almost 6 months now. So I'm getting there. I'm getting stronger. I'm getting better. I'm moving around a lot better. I'm getting some good on-court workout. I think that a lot of the predictions of where I was going to be was made pre-surgery. And so we've had to adjust that timeline as things go on. But again, selfishly, I'm always going to keep my window open.
Yeah.
I'm not going to come on here to tell you like, oh, I'm not coming back. And then I come back like, oh, surprise. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not ruling it out, and I'm not saying I'm coming back. I'm just rehabbing. I'm working on myself. And I keep that goal in mind because I've made such good progress. But ultimately, it's going to come down to how I feel and where I'm at. But I'm progressing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So
I'm on track.
So when you was on that other podcast and you think you gave people hope that you might come back
Probably
this
so,
year?
but I also am never. Here's the thing though, Sarge, and this is my motherfucking show, so I can say this.
For sure.
I don't give a fuck about what nobody talking about. Yeah. I'm not doing this for y'all.
Exactly.
I never been one of them people. You know what I'm saying? So however you consume it, that's on you.
For sure.
Now, me being honest with myself, when I watched it back, I'm like, okay, cool. I just did what I said I wasn't gonna do.
Yeah.
Right.
I said I wasn't gonna give him hope, and I gave him hope.
Yeah.
Not knowing that this motherfucker sitting at home waiting on me to come back.
Aggregators be waiting.
But you can say one thing, and if they're a fan of you, oh shit, listen, I'm listening.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So,
Shit.
yeah, to me, it doesn't make sense for me to come out and be like, I'm not coming back. I don't know what the fuck that does.
Yeah.
It don't do anything for me. Maybe it does something for the fans at home or whatever. And it don't make sense for me to be like, yeah, I'm coming back.
And I know what it does for the fans. I know what it does for the fans, and I know what it does for people on social media. But I got to ask you a question, Quest. As his best friend, as somebody that's been around him the longest, as somebody who knows him in and out, I think that y'all could pretty much finish each other's sentence. I think that y'all probably share the right side and the left side of the brain at certain times.
No bullshit.
Quest, how hard was it for you to watch him have to go through this?
Being that he's never had to go through it, it was tough. It was super tough. However, he is mind over matter type of person though.
Yeah.
You know, he don't let a lot of shit get him down. So I knew from the get-go that he was gonna make sure he put his best foot forward and rehab to the best of his ability. You know what I'm saying? Because you got guys that go through injuries and they just feel like, damn, it's over with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't think that at all. It was just fucked up because I knew how hard he worked this past summer.
Yeah.
Now that was the disheartening part about it. That motherfucker slimmed down. Yeah. He stopped eating hot chips and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Boxing.
You feel me? Boxing like a
He
motherfucker.
say he got a short jab.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So that was the most disheartening about it. But like when he called me and he was like, damn, I went through my emotions, this, that, and the third. And I knew from right then and there, I'm like, shit, you know what I'm saying? He cool.
Was he grouchy?
He always fucking grouchy. He don't make no fucking difference. You gotta catch him on the right day.
Right.
I didn't have a why me moment. I think that's the biggest thing I can take away from this show. I didn't have a why me moment. Yeah. I didn't have like, damn, this happened to me. Oh my God, why me? Like, I didn't have none of that shit. Like that's just not how I live my life.
Yeah.
Shit happened. Boom. All right. Well, fuck. I can't take. Now I argued with the doctors for about 3-4 days, and you know what I'm saying. I didn't want to believe it. I was in denial. I went through all the stages.
Yeah.
But it's like shit. At some point, I'm still me. I'm me first. The shit y'all see on camera and on the court and all that, that's like a representation of me. I'm me in real life first. Like, I got people that's looking at me. Yeah. Still, I can't even fucking walk. Yeah. But they watching how I'm going to handle it. You know what I'm saying? So
especially in the social media era. We trying to see, I'm telling you, in social media, everybody trying to see everything because everybody want to be first to be like, oh, well, Fred did this, Fred did that. Hey, did you see this? Fred on the court shooting. You know what I mean?
Now they making comparisons with the other injuries and the players that's injured. Oh, well, he only got this injury. Why how he come back and this, that, and that?
I had that the other day because JT came back. They said, how the fuck he come back before you?
That's what I was just going to ask you.
And I was like, well, it's two totally different things. But again, I'm going to say this in the most polite way possible.
It's light skin powers.
People are fucking stupid.
Oh, I thought it was light skin, good hair powers.
I mean, maybe, hopefully. If I got that going for me, then I'm gonna be all right. But I just think the vast general public is just silly, man. It's getting sillier online, and people they don't have no fucking critical thinking. You know what I mean? But it was good to see him come back, though.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think it should have came back. Damn, why do I sound like the pessimist on the
Go ahead.
show? But I don't think that I don't think that he should have came back. Not. So I understand him coming back and coming back at the time that he came back, because if you're gonna bring it back, you're gonna develop some chemistry, whatever the case may be. But it ain't like I don't think that the Celtics like really needed him, but they may need him in the playoffs. Let me say that. But by the same token, hey man, that's Jaylen Brown's team. I understand it. I'm a Jason Tatum fan. I'm thinking that before he came back, he texted Kobe and it's like, Kobe, when you had to come back from your Achilles injury, what did you do? No, because I mean, that was wild. He talking about he texted Kobe before the finals,
but wicked.
And, I'm thinking about coming back, man. How did you? Anyway, I just don't think that I think this is Jaylen Brown's team, and now with him coming back, it's almost like Jaylen Brown may have to take the backseat to him again after he has developed that he is the leader on that team. Again.
Yeah, but also, if he's ready to play, what the fuck you gonna do? Sit out? He ready to play. He's ready to go. He playing 5-on-5. He been hooping. He been playing 5-on-5. He been ready to play. You gonna sit out a whole another 9-10 months, you know what I mean, before you play again?
No, but so he's ready to play these two games. Now, when you getting back into this rotation, how much are you going to have him, or did he come back to? Because, like he says, he's fully healed. He's playing 5-on-5. He's out there. We've seen him play the last two games. But what about in the bigger picture? What about when they in the playoff series and he may do something and bam, it happens again?
Well, I think they got $300 million tied up into him. I don't think they would have like blessed it if it was a chance for that. I think he passed the threshold where he needed to pass that. He was ready to play and he played. And as far as the Jaylen Brown thing, it's like, okay, it could still be his team because, to be honest, JT acknowledging that 2 years ago is the reason why they won a championship. If you go back and watch, JT let Jaylen be himself. And that's how they won the chip.
Let?
Yes.
Because
we could fight over it.
I'm confused on.
We could fight over it. We could fight over it.
Or did he take it?
Either way it go, I still gotta let you have it, or we could just fight over it and crash and burn.
You're gonna see that.
That's like saying Shaq let Kobe or Kobe let Shaq. Like, I think that they just came to a mutual agreement that they playing together.
The only difference is one is a big and one is a forward. Whereas like it made more sense, pick and roll down on the block. Now we damn near the same position, so it's like I gotta give you room to breathe. And if you go back and watch the championship run that they had, JT was doing a lot of the other shit. Screening, rolling, hitting the glass, passing. He took that responsibility while and Jaylen was Jaylen. And then last year, not obviously he got hurt, but I felt like last year JT tried to get that back. Right? And you saw it wasn't the same. Yeah. Now it make more sense. I'm working my way back from injury. I'm not going to come back right away and be
trying to step on the nigga toes and all that.
Yeah, and JB been holding it down. Been playing, some of the best basketball in the NBA this year. So I think it's like, I like boxing, right? So like, it's like the boxing. Like you got to beat the champ in boxing. So if you make it a close fight, it looked bad for the champ. I think JT he's so fucking good.
He is.
That the fact that Jaylen Brown is so fucking good, it looks like weird that they close in comparison when it's really just like, it's not a diss.
Yeah.
Give JB his credit.
Oh yeah.
We don't have
And
to,
JT too.
but we don't have to make it like it got to be one or the other. Like, just give them both their credit.
Yeah.
And I'll give them credit because they've been able to keep it together.
So with that being said, JT came back. Let's look at some other players who would, if they came back, where do you think that their team would be? If Kyrie came back, both of y'all. If Kyrie came back, where do you see the Mavericks?
Like, if he came back right now,
Yep.
shit, where would they be at? I mean, if he came back earlier, maybe playing, or if he come back earlier, maybe they don't trade AD, maybe they see what that look like all together. But I think Kyrie could have boosted them from the bottom to, you know, that play-in aspect.
The Mavericks, they ain't really selling me like that though. Like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? And I love Kyrie. Kyrie as a basketball player, he's fucking amazing. But like, I just don't know about goddamn Dallas though.
Man, I
like
think
Cooper Flag, bro.
Ever since the whole shit happened with the
Luka?
oh man, it just seemed like the whole organization in the fucking.
The one thing that I like about the Mavericks though is that they have a lot of big dudes who just athletic dudes that go to the glass. So Kyrie go miss, he don't worry about it. They gonna grab the rebound, kick it back out, or whatever the case may be. Now they got Cooper Flag, he could do the exact same
I like
thing.
Cooper
But
too.
I think that with Kyrie, you probably 10 games better.
yeah. Oh yeah, I definitely can't see that. Damn, I'm old. Damn, I'm old.
Yeah, they 21 and 43.
Senior citizen over here.
And they got, you know, I was thinking about like with Dame or with Tyrese Halliburton coming back, but I think that both of those teams are probably in that era of like, yeah, they got too many good players coming out
they
of
might
college.
have won some games, but it ain't changing the trajectory.
It ain't changing nothing, especially not for the Pacers.
Hell no.
Definitely not for them.
I mean, listen, first of all my injured guys, salute, man. Do your rehab. Take care of yourself. It's so good to see JT come back. That shit is motivating. DeJounte Murray, nobody talk about.
Oh, yeah, for
DeJounte came back and laced them up on the team that ain't got a damn chance in hell. I salute that because he could have easily sat out, protected himself and all of that.
Absolutely.
Shout out to
DeJounte.
JT came back. You got Kyrie. Watch out, bro. Tyrese. Who else out? Dame is out. Yeah, I mean, it was a tough year for injuries, but you got guys working themselves back, and I don't know. I mean, I'm looking at the East. To me, and I got a lot of love for the Knicks, but to me, it's Boston and Cleveland.
Boston and Cleveland?
Yeah.
Not Detroit?
Here you go. I knew
No, I'm just saying, bro, because you can't just dismiss Detroit like that. Like they going through a little slump right now, right? They going through a little slump, but like overall in totality, now I think what I do think is the same thing is would happen to them that I believe is gonna happen to the Spurs. That experience of not being in the playoffs may bite them this year, but they're building something for next year. But like I ain't gonna even lie though, Cleveland getting James, sheesh. Like I think that took them to the next level.
As somebody that's been there, I'm always looking at a team and I'm saying, can I see them in the finals or can I see them win the championship? I just can't see it. Now, I could be wrong. I have a lot of wrong takes, as most people do. Yeah. But if I'm picking two teams in the East, first of all, I played in the East for 7 years. So that's its own thing.
Oh, in LeBronto.
That wasn't LeBronto.
Oh, relax.
No, that's LeBronto, right?
It wasn't LeBronto. He had 2 good playoff series or 3 good playoff series, but 2 of them I was a part of. That was the only thing. We won a chip, so fuck you.
Katie gave it to you.
The East is what it is, and so if I'm picking a champ, I'm picking somebody from the West. Yeah, it's just tougher over here. It is what it is. That's
in the East. Yeah. They say the East weak as hell.
Yeah,
basically,
the East is what it is. But in Detroit, I got the most respect for because I watched them, you know, since I came here, I watched them kind of be in the same position that we was in. So for them to go to number 1, it's like, boom, like, but they kicked our ass twice in the last 2 years while they was figuring it out. I'm like, damn, they remind us of us. Yeah. Like, that's just what they own. So it's good to see them go. I just worry about, like, I think they need a little more
You know, the
offensively.
edge that I like about Detroit is that they aggressive. It ain't a lot of teams that's aggressive, whether you're in the East or the West. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I truly feel the West is the tougher conference, but like the way that they play, that bully ball shit.
Yeah, Duran and Stewart.
Man,
You gotta remember too. And most of my basketball takes is coming from my 10 years in the league. You have like the 60-win Utah teams. You have the 60-win Atlanta Hawk teams. That was before me. I was a part of a 59-win team, number 1 in the conference. Coach of the year, 58 wins. Yeah. Coach of the year, get your ass swept. Coach get fired, trade your best player. Like, this shit could go. Yeah, it's fragile, bro. So it's like, I'm not never looking at it like, oh, they the best team in the conference. They going to win the chip. It's like, no, you got to go down the list. Like, I don't think people realize the path to the chip is 2 months.
Yeah.
It's April 15th to June 15th.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of basketball to be played in between there. Injuries, ankle sprains,
at a high level.
all type of shit.
Speaking of path to the chip, this past weekend, Baltimore Ravens.
Oh my God.
Had a huge addition added to their team.
Hey, why?
They picked up former Las Vegas Raiders defensive end and residential crazy guy. Like he looked crazy. He like one of them. He looked like one of them dudes that'd be like, hey, bro, watch this. You be like, hell no.
Yeah.
You about to do something stupid. No,
Max really a nigga.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
And when I tell you that he has the utmost respect from all of those guys, like Will Anderson Jr. from the Houston Texans speaks highly of him. But the Baltimore Ravens picked up Max Crosby, sent 2 first-round picks to the Las Vegas Raiders for Max Crosby.
Shit came out of nowhere.
Enough? But is that enough for y'all?
Is that
enough for the Ravens?
I love it because it's going to give Lamar more possessions.
Yeah, that's true.
It'll give Lamar more possessions, and the more possessions that he has, the more options and the more opportunity that he has to make plays.
How's the new coach going to use him, though?
Shit, we got to wait and see. Shit, I don't know.
See, that's what I'm saying.
I know what
Harbaugh would do, but what is this new guy going to do?
You know what? I'm not into goddamn what is he going to do. We going to see what he going to do. I'm not even trying to get in that conversation. You know what I'm saying? Because when you got a player like Lamar, you ain't got no choice but to make him play his game.
But this the same guy that came in and said Lamar going to show up to mandatory this and Lamar going to show up to mandatory that.
That's because just damn near what he had to do.
That's crazy.
Coming in as a new coach, he's trying to establish his dominance
with
a
your
little
star
bit.
player, with an NFL MVP?
You don't know but we don't know what type of conversation that him and Lamar done had either, because you got to think they didn't had a conversation.
If you don't do it publicly though, if they had that
conversation
conversation stay behind doors. You don't come up front and be like Lamar better be here. Better? I'd be like better.
Why not though? You know what I'm saying?
wouldn't have did
Why
that.
not?
You don't call it your star player.
I ain't like that move for them. I ain't like that move. New coach coming in. Now, granted, it's a lot of shit we don't know. We just speculating. That's the point of the show. But
For sure.
I ain't like that. And I don't know. Was they like the worst defense in the NFL last year? The Ravens.
They
was up
pretty
there.
bad.
Yeah. We wasn't the worst though. Don't do too much. Goddamn, we wasn't
Look
the
up
worst.
the Ravens the defense where they was at.
They was bad.
I think we was probably
bottom,
like 23rd.
They was like bottom 5 for sure.
I watched the Texans dog walk them. So
Yeah. Do one player
my
fix the
God.
defense?
yes, and I tell you why.
Because it changed the progression of all other 10 players.
And as long as you got Kyle Hamilton back there,
Hell yeah.
roving, doing whatever it is he does,
And the position, he's at the front of the goddamn D line. That's definitely gonna.
The Ravens was 24th in
like I
total
said,
defense
23rd,
last
24
year.
for sure.
24th out of 32.
What?
That ain't
I mean, shit. Okay.
based off. No, hell no, not based off of what the Ravens used to be. We used to see the Ravens in the top 5.
Used to be
So
shit.
I don't know how this adds up, maybe because of the points, but the run defense was 30th and the pass defense was 31st.
Yeah.
So they was pretty bad, bro.
But they also,
was,
hey,
you
look,
know what
if
I'm
I got to
saying?
give Quez pass, they also had a lot of injuries. I mean, they wasn't healthy
We had a
like
shit
they
ton
wasn't
of
healthy
injuries,
like
bro.
Chicago and still wet the
Man,
bed.
We had a shit ton,
injuries
bro.
is a part of the game. Spoken from somebody that got one.
Yeah.
It is what
And
it is.
it reflects
and
just like it does,
and
right?
I'm hating because I want a Max Crosby. We need a cornerstone on our defense. We got real good secondary ball hawks.
By we, you talking about Chicago? I'm sorry, the
Indiana
Bears.
Indiana Bears.
Yeah, the Indiana Bears, right? That's what you talking about, the Indiana Bears?
It's the Chicago Bears, The stadium
By
is,
way of-
the stadium is on the other side of the border, one step over the gun line.
Yeah.
And we're gonna be all
Tell
right.
about the gun line, boss. Hey, but with that being said, the Ravens sent the Raiders 2 first round picks. We know that the Raiders ain't had a good first round pick since who? I can't name
like
you the
Gentry?
last. They got Gentry, but he ain't a good first round pick. Like if you go back and you look at the history of the Raiders first round picks, they've been horrible. But I bring that up to say this: they also have Tom Brady in that organization. They got Tom Brady, being able to call some of the shots as well. But I don't think that that's enough. Just like I didn't think that the Washington Wizards had enough when they had Michael Jordan calling all the shots. So my question to both of y'all is, when you look at the greats, as far as being the best and the top, the greatest of all time in their fields, and you look at Tom Brady, you can arguably say he's the greatest of all time as far as quarterbacks is concerned. You look at Michael Jordan, he's the greatest for some. Not for me, but for some. LeBron is the GOAT. LeBron James is the GOAT. But Michael Jordan was in that organization as well. How do you all feel that? Why is the disconnect from being the greatest in your craft? Where does that disconnect come from being able to impose it or give it to like the players or pick talent and things like that? Because Michael Jordan pick Kwame Brown?
Yeah.
I don't want no smoke. Do not drive in your truck and put me and say, Sarge, I'm looking for you down here in Georgia. Like, yeah, I don't want no smoke. I know how y'all do it down there.
No, I think it just depends on the situation. Like, I think for the case of Mike, if you just talking about the Wizards and then Charlotte, it's like some of them situations be goddamn unsalvageable too. You know what I'm saying? So like you putting a whole lot of emphasis on each little decision because you're expecting this person to come in, but what made them great was their minds and their play.
Yeah.
Right? So like in the case of Tom Brady, is like I think that I don't know what he knows. So obviously I don't know a centimeter of what he knows about football, but like from the outside looking in, it would seem like his expertise would be better served to the locker room and the coaching staff and the player, like about the game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Not
saying?
practice.
I don't know exactly like what decisions he's making in terms of like personnel or front office, like because just because you're a great player don't mean you can build a team, don't mean you can evaluate talent. And then in my two instances with somebody who would be considered all-time greats, which was Kawhi and KD, now is they see the game from 30,000 feet.
Mm-hmm.
So they see the game they don't see the game like the rest of us.
Yeah.
They see the game from a unique vantage point too, which is valuable, but it don't always translate to the other pieces that's on the board.
Gotcha.
I mean, I truly just think, being that Tom Brady is the GOAT, for real, when you on the other side, it's almost like you looking at it from like, is this person, you're not playing with him. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to Tom Brady really going out there, practicing with guys and this, that, and the third. It's like, damn, okay, he could possibly be a great, potential player for the team. You know what I'm saying? But then, like you say, just like in the Michael Jordan shit, if you think somebody good and they turn out to be a bust, it's like, shit, my fault. You know what I'm saying?
How many times can you say my fault though?
Yeah, you only got a couple times.
I mean, it's like
this is the first time that he in this position though.
It's like saying my fault and drafting a whole bunch of shooting guards.
Man,
how many? It's my fault. Then drafting a whole bunch of forwards.
But it's plenty busts though. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's the same whether it's Tom Brady or it's goddamn Sean McDermott. You know what I'm saying?
But how do you be that talented and still draft a bust? Like you got to be able to see something.
It's easy. It's easy after the fact. I had an executive who said to me, I won't say who it was, but I had an executive who said to me, Fred, I ain't gonna lie to you, don't none of us know what the fuck we doing.
Ding, 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 ding.
We guessing.
It's a crapshoot.
Yeah, and so when you look at it from that perspective, now, whether you agree with that or not is up to you because everybody feels, I'm sure there's executives that feel like they're geniuses. Yeah. Right? And there's some that got better track records than others, but it's like at a certain level, you really just goddamn giving your best guess that you can give. You know what I'm saying? In that instance. So what I will say is I want Tom Brady on my side.
For sure.
I'm trusting that over the course of time, I want that guy
as
in
a
the
quarterback
office,
or in
I want
the
that
front
guy
office?
in the building helping us figure this shit out.
Not me.
Shit.
Not me. Because it's too many times. I put it like this. Let me give you a prime example. The Raiders just released Geno Smith. So now they need a quarterback. They got these draft picks. You got all these draft picks now in a draft that don't have great quarterbacks. There's no great quarterbacks out in the free agent market. So what are you doing now? You're going to tank for another year and wait to try to see if you can get Arch Manning? So now you've wasted another year of talent. To me, this is just me.
Somebody could
Sarge,
come in and be great though.
Shedeur Sanders could have done that. He
Yeah.
could have took Shedeur Sanders under his wing, and then now you just build around Shedeur. But you passed on him, and you passed on him, and you passed on him. You went and got Geno Smith, and then 1 year later, on top of it, you got a bad coach. So to me, when I'm looking at it, I'm saying to myself, what are you looking at? Are you gonna go get Mendoza? The 29-year-old quarterback, he ain't really 29, y'all. But what I'm saying is he old and he's limited. So if you were going to get a quarterback that you felt like had some limited skills, then you should have got
Limited to what?
Who? What Mendoza's limited
Yeah.
to? Oh, he can. He's a really a check down Charlie for sure. He's checked down Charlie for real. If you go back and you watch some of his play, he
I
ain't
think
going
you're only limited
downfield.
to the personnel that you're surrounded by.
So that's what I'm saying. You get Shedeur Sanders. Look what Shedeur was able to do with Cleveland towards the end of the season. And I just felt like if you'd have put under Tom Brady's tutelage, he could have took off. Tom Brady could have made the decision and he didn't. So now what do? They don't have no quarterback. Now they ain't got no defensive end. So when I start looking at some of these moves they're doing, sure, you're trying to make sure that the franchise and the organization is going to be better. But for how long? How long? And how long are you going to have this talent? That's all I'm saying.
Fuck the Raiders anyway. I mean, shit, I ain't even tripping.
I ain't trying to solve their problems,
Hell
but
no.
I like Tom Brady, so shit, I'm rooting for him. I thought that they was gonna take Shedeur. If not, they was gonna figure out. And I like the Geno move. I just thought that, and football is different for me because like you need so much to go right for a team to be good, serviceable.
Yeah.
The bad teams, they got a whole lot of shit missing.
Yeah.
And it's like, where do you start? You know, you plug a hole over here, it's like, you know, the boat leaking and shit. It's going to flood after a minute. So
And it's almost continuously, year after year after year after year with football.
And that's how it's been with the Raiders, though.
Yeah.
That's how it's been with the Raiders. That's how it look like it's going to be now with the Falcons. That's how it's been
Cowboys.
with the Panthers. Well, hold on now. Watch your mouth, because
Yeah,
the Bears.
don't even. Yeah.
Because the
We
Bears.
might as well goddamn jump them.
The
They
Bears.
got a lot of shit going on.
Hey, chill out now. Don't act like the Ravens has just been out of this
We'll
world.
tear y'all ass up.
Tell who up?
The Cowboys.
The Ravens. Right now? No. they're
Right
not.
now, last year, the year
Right now,
before?
the Ravens is not beating the Cowboys.
Oh, you drunk.
Even with Max Crosby.
Yeah, okay.
Because, they just got Rashawn.
what do you
Gary
think
out of
about
Green Bay.
being a Cowboys fan makes y'all so delusional?
Right.
No, I ain't delusional.
They owner.
I ain't, look, hold
Jerry's
on.
been selling their ass a
goddamn-
dream.
he don't
Jerry
give a
been
fuck
selling y'all
about
a dream
them.
for 40 years.
Hold on. I ain't delusional. I don't think that they go into the Super Bowl every year. I do not. I'm not one of the ones going to tell
Well,
you
why
the
the fuck
and I'm the
goddamn-
one of the biggest critics of them. But if I'm looking at them playing, the Bears got a better chance of beating the Cowboys than the Ravens.
Better
So
chance?
y'all-
What you mean?
They got a better
Man,
chance
We was
of
running
beating-
flea flickers on y'all this
yeah,
year.
of course. But I mean, in the past, the Cowboys and skull drug the Bears
We
too.
talking about last year. You only as good as
Cowboys,
goddamn last
y'all
You know
year.
what, though, Fred? I know you still got the Super Bowl shuffle as your ringtone. So I know you still living in '85 too, right?
No, I wasn't born in 85.
You see what I'm saying?
We've
But
been,
nah.
we've been to the Super Bowl in my lifetime.
And yeah, I've seen 5 in
Well,
mine.
you're a little old. So,
Well, actually, hold on,
that's-
wait. Actually, I've seen 5. 1, I've seen 8
God, dang.
that they've been in.
Yeah.
More than your organization and more than your
Well, you
organization.
know where I had to go to see that? Netflix special.
Right,
They had to
right.
put a VHS tapes out
Y'all
to see the
celebrating
last Super Bowl y'all was in.
game winning streaks and shit.
I mean, man, things evolve.
No, amen. I like and I'm gonna say this publicly. I watched the documentary. I became a Cowboys fan this year.
Well, you can't have two teams.
No,
Fred.
I don't fuck. They're not my team, but I want the Cowboys to be good
You can't. Wait a minute. How does this work?
because it's good for the game.
I understand that, but like, I don't want nobody else to be good but the Cowboys.
But yeah,
I
because
just don't know how the fuck they're
y'all are
America's
losers.
team still.
I don't want. What you say?
I don't know how they're America's team still, and they ain't won shit.
I can explain it to you if you like.
What,
Good.
this 'cause they got a star in their helmet?
Since we're here, let me explain it to you. Either you watch them because you're a fan, or you watch them because you hate them, but you're watching them. That's the team that everybody's gonna watch regardless.
I know that's man.
That's why they get
I
so
wish
many
I get my
primetime
little 60
games.
minutes back watching they week ass. Fuck, they so goddamn weak.
I feel bad for y'all. I would like for them to be good. That's what it is.
Yeah, you would like for them to be good, but
Yeah, I
since
would
they
like
is
for them to be
America's
good.
team, they shit.
Yeah, I would
So
like
I'm
for
gonna put it
them to
like
be good.
this: as a fan, I want them to be good. As another fan, I don't want them to be good.
What
Cause
the fuck did you just say?
I'm about to tell you. See that? Look, Quez, how old are you? 20 what? How old are you,
32,
Quez?
32.
See, I'm at that unk stage now. I'm at that, you know.
You pawpaw, bro.
Yeah.
You past
Yeah, he talking about
You know they
Damn.
changed the ages, right? So now we
old
you
head.
pawpaw.
You old
Damn,
And
friend.
you rubbing your knee as I say that.
Well, damn, I am pawpaw, but still.
Yeah, you pawpaw, dog. You're not an unk no more. I know you think you an unk.
Now I'm a real
You a
life
real
pawpaw.
pawpaw.
I spent
Yeah,
time with my
yeah,
grandbabies
yeah.
this weekend. Spent money too. So this is what I was gonna say. This is what I was saying real quickly. I like them as a fan because I've been a fan for so long, so I want them to win. I don't want to see Jerry Jones win another thing. I don't like Jerry.
How
I
the
don't
fuck
like
do that
Steven.
work? You a fan of the team.
You're right. I'm not a fan of the organization.
That's toxic, bro.
What?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the owner, and I'm not a fan of his son and all the rest of them. I want the Cowboys to win. And unfortunately, them winning means Jerry's winning. But I don't want Jerry to win. I root for the Cowboys to win.
Well, you know he got them going
and that's
transition.
The great, that's what I'm
as
saying.
a Cowboys owner, he ain't never
right.
leaving now.
Speaking of winning, who y'all got winning the NBA MVP?
Did they update the games played thing yet? Did we talk about that? How many games you need? The 65 games? Is Shea still in the running?
I think Shea still is in the running.
Yeah, I mean, he the MVP then.
Yeah. I thought he wasn't, and then they was going to eventually give it to Cade.
If I got him and
I
Joker,
thought he came back right in time.
he probably did. I got look up the games played. I got him and I got SGA and Joker as 1 and 2. Cade was I think 3. I'm trying to figure out how KD is not in the running at all. That's what the fuck don't make sense to me.
That don't make no sense to me either.
He can't. He not even.
Like, not at all.
He not even on the list.
What is the list? What is it like?
Pull
Shea.
up the
I think it's
MVP
like,
list.
I think it's like Shea,
MVP
Joker, Cade,
Brunson,
yeah.
Jaylen Brown, Donovan Mitchell, Maxey,
Because if you're not gonna give it to, if you're not
Victor
gonna give it to Shea,
Wembanyama.
if you're not gonna give it to Shea, I would say if Cade can keep the Pistons in the top 2 or 3,
Luka.
I would look to see to get Luka.
It's the top 6 right here. The top 6 is Shea,
So KD not in there
Joker,
no motherfucking where?
Wemby, Cade, JB, and Luka. That's the top 6 as of.
How the hell they
Go
don't
to
have
show
KD
more.
in there?
Huh?
KD keeping the Rockets afloat.
Kawhi,
Maxey.
Anthony Edwards. KD is like 11 or 12.
Last.
How? Nah, this some bullshit.
Well, you seen Bill Simmons said he wouldn't vote him All NBA because of what happened over All-Star weekend.
Who said that?
Bill Simmons. And I think he has a vote.
Which he shouldn't. Bill Simmons is an idiot. That's just me though. Bill Simmons is an idiot.
So you
And
gotta
he is
change the committee around.
He's one of them. You know what though? If we keep it a buck, have you all ever looked at who gets a vote?
Yeah, the vote is crazy. The list is crazy.
ESPN got a bunch of votes.
Yeah.
A bunch of votes. That's how I felt like James lost out when Giannis won it, but that's another story for another time.
Yeah, we need to update the voting style and the committee and like it's got to be a real like basketball prestigious honorable thing to be voting on some of these awards from people that's well respected in the space because then you could live with it versus like me voting on it and you voting on it is 2 different things because one of these guys might rub you the wrong way in the locker room. You know what I'm saying? You're going to hold on to that.
Yeah.
For
You
sure.
know, awful.
That's just human nature. Whereas like if it's coming from another player, yeah, we're going to have our own personal opinion on shit, but like it's still going to be judged on the merit of basketball.
Real quickly, you just brought up something. How do you feel about people who didn't play the game report and comment and saying the things that they say?
Yeah, we had a little back a 2-minute thing with it with Draymond, because the majority of players don't want y'all to say nothing. They don't respect shit y'all got to say.
Yeah.
I've adopted my mind a little bit to understand it because I value and study coaching. And there's been all-time great coaches that were never good players or never played at a high level. So I think that not having played or not being good doesn't discredit you. It just caps.
Yeah.
It caps your knowledge of it. Because, and then the unfortunate thing is the most entertaining people that we see the most often on TV, the Stephen A's, the Skip Bayless, and now with the podcast space, you see more people. They're giving the loudest opinions.
Yeah.
And the opinions you see the most. And so as a player, it's just like, damn, bro, you really don't even know what the fuck you talking about. Like, for real.
Yeah.
Especially in comparison to us.
Yeah.
Right.
The flip side is some of these players don't know what the fuck they talking about. If I'm being
Motherfuckers
honest.
who actually playing.
Like, if you either know basketball or you don't.
Yeah.
And I've met people that don't play that know the game. And I've met people that play the game that don't know the game. But there's not anybody that hadn't played at a high level that know the game better than I do.
Yeah.
So that's just how I view it.
Quez, you the same way when from the outside looking in, because I can talk from a media perspective,
Right.
but you from somebody who has been around an NBA player for this long, but also been a fan of the game. How do you see it?
I feel like they be having some validity in what they say, but like I think I'm in, you know, I really truly agree with them as far as like the cap, you know, it's not, they just can't talk about
On the court or on the field type
yeah,
stuff.
you ain't never been out there in the trenches and shit like that. You looking at it from the skybox. You know what I'm saying? They might call in the play, but it's like, bro, I'm out here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it.
And that's how I feel like it's got to be a mutual respect, because I can respect your opinion as long as you respect the fact of the expertise that come with being in the field, being on the court.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't even really talk the game with my guys and my family. When I come home, I don't really want to talk about the game.
Yeah.
But every once in a while, they'll say some shit and be spot on. And I'll be like, damn, you saw that? Or, damn, it's that noticeable?
I know it's like that being around me since you've been around me. Right?
No.
No, I'm just saying, in 3 years, you've been like,
but-
damn, Sarge, yeah, you're right. No.
But I ain't gonna lie though, one of the things, and I respect this about you too, because you will say some shit that don't go online, that don't go in the article, you don't tweet about it, but you will have observations on things that be accurate. Now, whether I tell you it's right or wrong, most of the time I ain't even gonna acknowledge that you said it, but I'm listening.
Yeah.
I can't give you that.
For sure.
But you be knowing what you be talking about most of the time.
And the reason, I'm going to tell you like this. I got a friend who used to play in the NFL probably about 12 years, and he used to do a radio show here in Houston. And so when I got on the show with him, I probably was in the game probably about 3 years, covering the game, whatever the case may be. And so we talking and I said something, and he said, how you know? I said, what you mean, how do I know? He said, well, you saying that this player blase this, how you know what the call is? How you know what that? How do you know what his responsibility was? And by that, he made me start looking at the game totally different. So, like, I'm gonna use football perspective. Football aspect. When I'm in the locker room with the Texans, like, if I'm seeing something and I'm watching, if I see it on the field and then I go back and I watch it on film, whenever it's time for the open locker room, I'll go up to like Henry toward the linebacker. Hey, Henry, on this play, it looks as if this said blah, 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 blah. And he's like, yeah, Sarge, you right. He said, or he'll say, Sarge, you right. Or he say, kinda, but this is what we supposed to do, this, that, and other. That ain't for me to run back and put online and do all that. That's just for my knowledge, and it helps me now when I watch the game next week. Oh, shit, okay.
So how do you differentiate that from giving opinions, though? Because most of what the media has turned into now, especially online, is like having an opinion on shit.
Loudly.
Because that's two totally different things. You got like analysis,
Yep.
right? You got reporting, which is like the deep dive, the beat writer thing.
Yeah.
And then you have like, now we in a whole nother aspect of like opinions.
Yeah. So I pretty much preface whatever I put online about saying that this is my opinion, right? So Like if I say something about, I think I put something online on Sunday about what the Rockets are missing is that defensive presence, and I said something else to that effect, but it was my opinion. And so I personally, hey, what I feel or how I feel. So for me, you know, I don't allow my opinions and my facts to ride in the same car. My opinion ride in one car, my facts ride in another.
You got the media people now, they'll get mad at you about that you don't agree with their opinion. But it's like, bro, that's your opinion, bro. We can go back and forth about that shit. I feel how I feel, you feel how you feel. You know what I'm saying? But like he just said, like the Stephen A's, Skip Bayless, now in that world, they're loud.
Yeah.
They got a lot of followers and this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? So it's getting pushed to the forefront. When whole time, man, hold on, bro. Chill out with that shit.
Like if we keeping it a buck though, a lot of times I feel like, and I said this before, online, on camera, everything. If Stephen A or Skip get loud and say all this, that, and other, it's up to me on how I interpret it. So a lot of times you got a bunch of sheep. You know what I'm saying? You got a bunch of sheep that just, oh, Stephen A said it or Skip said it. Oh, it must be this, that. No, it's not. Because I tell people, hey, I respect your opinion. I just disagree with it because it's your opinion, not ours. Sure. We don't own your opinion. It's yours.
Speak for the mass.
And so that's how I look at it.
But that's the frustrating part about being a player, though, is because it can get, and we talked about things getting aggregated now and reposts over reposts over reposts, but like, you could really sway a narrative about a person. It's like, I'm putting my blood, sweat, and tears into this shit, and people either don't know or they're not paying attention, and then they just receiving the information that somebody giving them, and they taking that as law.
Yeah.
That shit hard, and then you get to a point to where as a player, it's like, all right, well, it's the media.
Yeah.
Everybody there's no differentiating between beat writers, journalists, analysts, color commentators, TS. You and the media is fuck you.
Yep.
And that's where the players always land up because it's like, number one, we don't really even want to talk to y'all anyway. Most of us. I was able to be comfortable controlling my own words enough to where it's like, I'm not afraid to talk to nobody.
But you know what's so crazy though? It's crazy you say that because y'all don't like talking to the media, right? Now I know I'm lumping you in with all that. Right. But a lot of the athletes don't like talking to the media, right? But then they be them same ones who don't like talking to the media that get behind one of these and start running their damn mouth. Yeah. Like I've heard too much that's went on behind the scenes and in locker rooms and this, that, and other, ever since they gave some of these former athletes a platform. Yeah. And I'm saying to myself, hey, bro, some of that stuff, you got to just go, you got to die with that. Yeah. You can't keep telling that, but they trying to sell it, and they trying to go viral, and they trying to sell clips and all that.
And that I think shows that it's not, because I don't do like a personal thing. Like you have to say some real foul shit, and I've never had this. Even as people in the media that I don't care for, or like I don't like the way they conduct business or whatever, but it's never been a personal attack on me. And if it is, it get addressed right away. Yeah. But I think it's the nature of the business, which is why you're looking at some of these former guys that's been in the locker room and you like, how the fuck you up here running your mouth about? But it's not them per se, it's this. Yeah. This shit would be
giving a motherfucker a platform.
Triple platinum if I got up here and told y'all what was really going on in real time. If I came here with breaking news from the locker room, such and such said this and this. Like, you know what I'm saying? That is what sells, and that's the nature of the business. So it don't surprise me, player or not, when people get up here because I know what sells, but I'm able to place people where they supposed to be at too. And
attention is addictive.
I have real dope relationships with media members that we see each other goddamn a couple times a week, you know, throughout the majority of the career, or people that see you from when nobody wanted to talk to you to when you had all the cameras and shit, going to the finals. Like I've seen media members grow right alongside me in the same journey. So like we still people, but I don't think that the majority of the players either care that much about it or had the thought to be like, let me use this to my advantage. Yeah.
Russell Westbrook, he handled the media pretty good.
What you think about that?
I loved it.
He's like, you don't know me. Like goddamn, like you know what I'm saying. I like the way that he handles that.
So did you see, because I watched the 6 minute thing, but did you see what led up to that? Like what was he was saying, like, y'all said some things that was out of context.
I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't see that part.
Then he asked him, he said, "Do y'all got anything else?" He was like, "Y'all usually have some questions." You know what I'm saying? He damn near like, "What's up?" Like counting them out, calling them out.
And that's where I felt like the media that was in that room cowered.
Right.
Because what he did was he opened up a door.
Yeah.
So now PR can't really do nothing to you because Russ told you to come in this door. It wasn't like you just came in the door and Russ was in there. Russ opened that door and said, "Hey, come in here. Because now I want y'all to," that was your opportunity. And you didn't have to have no shouting match with him. You didn't have to use profanity. If you say what you're saying in an eloquent way, that's what you get paid to do. No, I loved what Russ did. And the reason why I love what Russ did is because we got a lot of media members here in the city of Houston who are the exact same way. And so one of the key things that Russ said was, "I don't see y'all." And when he said that, when he said, "I don't see y'all," I knew exactly what he was talking about. Y'all ain't around at the practices. Y'all ain't at the shoot around. Fred, you've seen it. How some people come in. It ain't a lot of people that come to the practices or the shoot arounds. Or I'm not saying everybody has to travel, but if you can travel, you should travel. Don't just show up at the games when they playing the Lakers or Golden State or things like that. And so one thing, and going back to what we was talking about earlier, I always tell young media members, I said, you're going to have to establish early whether you want to go viral or you want a relationship. Because you can go viral, but you're going to sour your relationship because you're going to go online and the people you're talking to don't have the access that you have. So if I go online and say something about Fred, I know that I got to come back and see Fred in the locker room. And even though Fred can say, "I don't have social media," whatever the case may be, y'all gonna see it and be like, "Fred, hey man, look what Sarge said." So you got to, because virality and loyalty can't exist in the same room. So with Russ was saying exactly what some of the players that I've talked to here and football side, and football and basketball especially. "Hey, bro, you ain't never around, but you always want me to talk to you. You always want me to give you this, that, and other. We ain't even established no type of relationship." And the biggest part, especially with the Sacramento, I feel like with the Sacramento Kings and what he was talking about, because they ain't travel nobody. When the Kings came here to play the Rockets, I was the only media member in Doug Christie's post-game press conference asking questions. I was the only one that asked DeMar questions. So you ain't even bringing nobody.
Right.
So you ain't established that relationship. So Russ is saying, me and Russ in the locker room talking about the movie Life, talking about how these young cats ain't never seen Life. But it just is one of those things where Russ was like, I could hear it in his voice. It's like, y'all got so much to say behind these microphones and a keyboard. Because what did the dude do? Went straight home, hopped on the podcast, and then started talking about it. No, nigga, you had the opportunity. You had it right. Hey, don't nut up now.
They try, but I think it's less about that and more like they trying to either monetize it or, like you said, like go viral with it. So like, how do y'all feel? Because you know how the players feel, but how do the media members feel about like the? Because you know, and in Toronto, there was active media members that you saw. It's a big market. So there was guys that you saw on a daily basis or game by game basis. They traveled and you got to know, and they had their own opinions online, Twitter especially, outside of reporting and doing articles and things like that. And then there was like a couple Twitter pages of fans. Most of them they don't even have their real name and picture up there. It's just like the Twitter fan pages.
Something like a burner.
Basically. So you had that.
Go ahead on that bullshit.
When I got here, it was like I saw y'all, the main couple people that were came. It's not as many, but the main couple people. And then there's another subsection online that never come around, but they have like built their own followings online. So how do you feel about that?
I don't like it. Now, anybody can sit back, watch a game, and talk about, oh, this is what I see, blah, this, blah, that. But when you get into the oh, well, this is what's going on. This is what's going on. Well, how do you know? You're not even there. So that subset group, and it's crazy because all it takes is one of them who may be able to get not even a season credential, just a game by game. So all he needs is validation to say, "Oh, I was in the press conference."
Right.
There's 2 or 3 guys right now that validates themselves by coming to a game or two, maybe coming to a shoot around, maybe coming to a practice, maybe coming to maybe travel one time, but that validates them now. So when they go back to their community to talk about y'all, now it kind of out, well, I mean, he was in the room. I mean, he is around on a consistent basis, and it's all about how they sell it. My whole thing is, I put this out on social media last week. I said, if you have access to get a credential, to come to practice, to go to the locker room, to come to the games, and you don't, and you still sit back and criticize, then your ass is trash. You garbage, because now you ain't no better. You supposed to be a media member. You supposed to be up here, but now you done dropped yourself to Twitter, and now everything only thing you do is commentating off of what you read on Twitter. But you got the access. Right. So one of the guys said something about, somebody should ask Ime about blah 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 blah. I was like, well, shit, you got a credential. You come asking. Hey, the Rockets practice on Wednesday. If you want to ask Ime, come ask Ime. A lot of them guys,
they ain't doing that.
Hell no.
A lot of those guys, and I ain't afraid to say it because they know, hey, look, if you gonna talk to me, then we can have this conversation face to face, either here or wherever we need to have it. A lot of those guys are cowards, and they're cowards. That's why they hide behind the keyboards. That's why they hide behind the microphone, and then they get in a group of other cowards. Because Fred, I don't know if you noticed or not, Quez, I don't know if you noticed or not, like cowards run in herds. Like sure. they run in herds, and they all on social media, all on the podcast, all that stuff. And so, like I say, a lot of those guys who get into those type of communities are looking to go viral. They need that validation. Just like I said earlier, attention is an addictive drug. Like, it's very, very addictive. So that's why, hey man, I gotta say this, I gotta say that. And so and
90% of the time it's some negative shit.
And you know what else? Real quickly, they don't know the art of chopping it up is gone for a lot of people. We got a lot of people who don't know how to come in. Like, one of the ways I felt like I was able to establish a relationship with you is I come in there, I don't need shit. I'll say what I need to say to Fred, and then I'm out. Hey, good. I ain't asking for no money, no jerseys, no tickets, no quote. Sometimes, Fred, how many times I talk? You know what? It got so bad
most of the time, you ain't even goddamn recording nothing. I start asking Tracy, like, what's up with him?
What's up with this nigga, dog?
But I ended up taking a liking to it because it was like a humanized, I criticize myself more than anybody. Yeah. Most players don't do that. Most players hate
We're
criticism.
our own worst critics.
I criticize myself more than anybody. So even if I play bad and I shoot 3 for 17 and you go on whatever platform you go on and you criticize me, that's fair game.
Yes.
Now, when I see you, I might have a little something back just because you hurt my feelings, I'm going to hurt yours.
Yeah.
But it's not going to never be no personal attack, right? As long as we can keep that back and forth. So I always respected certain guys that would still find a way to say what they got to say and still come around. That's number one. I'm going to give my man, the new kid, some credit who took over for
Jonathan?
Danielle.
Oh, for Danielle. Yeah, it was Jonathan, then Danielle.
What's my man name?
Vroom.
Vroom. And it's only funny because I caught myself in San Antonio and he just came over. He had like a little fly little outfit on. And mind you, I've been watching him. I seen him try to get the little viral moment of me shooting in Philly. So I was trying to duck him so he couldn't get no footage of me shooting. But I was watching him. I'm like, okay, you see him. You know, he trying to figure it out. And he came over and he was doing like more like background. Like it wasn't, he was talking about the New York Times article that came out. So it wasn't just like some random banter. But it wasn't on the record. It was just a casual conversation.
Yeah.
And because at first I was like, hey, what the fuck?
Yeah.
It was weird.
Yeah.
And then he walked away, and I was like, I respect that.
Yeah.
That's part of the job.
Yeah.
You know what I don't like about players though? They feel like can't nobody say shit though. You know what I'm saying? Like, hold on, bro. If you play like shit, nigga, we gonna tell you as fans, as media people, as coaches, bro, you playing like shit.
Yeah.
But as an NBA player, they feel like, goddamn, I'm up here. You can't tell me
You
that.
ain't never played the game.
You ain't never played the game. I know it's shit. Goddamn it. I know you playing like shit. I know enough about basketball, and I done seen players at the high level play really, really good. And if I know that you're really good and you're not playing to your potential, bro, you weak as hell right now, bro. And I should be able to say that.
You should.
Without you catching attitude. Because that's the most insecurity ass shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you playing like shit, you know what I'm saying? You mad at the next motherfucker telling you playing like shit. Bro, you playing like shit, bro.
Most people never been criticized on that level, though.
Yeah. And you know what? One of the downfalls for developing relationships, like I have relationships with like players, people around them, parents. Like I still talk to a lot of parents right now. One of the downfalls, though, is when you get to criticize them, boy, them parents become parents. I ain't gonna say no names now.
They can shut the fuck up too.
I ain't gonna say no names now. But one of them parents, I said something about her son on the football field, and she tried to tell me a new one. And then he had to come back and say,
"Mom,
no, Sarge, she being a mama." But he said what you said was right, 100%.
They definitely get into that parent bag.
Okay, but when I go out there and I play, I'm leaving that up to public consumption, discourse, or whatever. Whatever you choose to say, write, tweet, do whatever, you leaving that up to whatever come with that after the fact too.
Right.
So y'all saying the same thing.
But if I ain't lying though,
right?
If I ain't lying,
what the fuck do that mean? The truth don't always need to be said, whether you lying or not.
But
that's my job.
That's the job.
That's my job. My job is to report on what I see. So if you out there, you shoot 3 for 17. Like, let me give you a prime example. Last year when Jalen was playing like ass against Golden State, my job, no matter the relationship I got with Jalen, I got a really good one. My job is to come in and say, Jalen played like ass. Now, I ain't got to say ass. I can just say, hey, he did not have a good game, whatever the case may be. But I don't expect Jalen's people to come back and attack me because I said Jalen played bad, because I'm like, well, we weren't watching the same game?
That's fair.
So that's all I'm saying.
That's
so look,
fair. No, that's fair. That's fair.
We gotta get ready to wrap this thing up, man. I've had a really good time. Hey, who I send the invoice to? No, don't worry about that.
You and Tristan can figure that shit out. Are we doing the hot topics or are we moving on?
Before we go, that's what I was just about to say. So, at the end of these shows, we're gonna do this thing, it's gonna be like a petty, buzzing petty type thing. So one thing we know, right? One thing, and it could be anything that you want to talk about, anything on the board. Quez, you got anything or you want me to go first?
No, I got some. I'm gonna go right back to goddamn Max Crosby. One thing I know, one thing that we should know is Max, he's gonna add a whole nother layer to this Ravens team. And I want everybody to pay close attention because Max plays at a high level and he's going to demand everybody around him to play to that level too. So one thing I know, one thing that we should know is that the Ravens goddamn gonna come with it with Max Crosby. That was a great pickup.
Yep, and more drug tests. You want to go for it?
Oh, man. One thing I know.
The Michigan coach?
I'm going to let you handle that one. One thing we know, one thing I know is, man, ain't no 2 days the same, man. And I caught myself having a moment the other day, man. I almost tweeted something, or not tweet, what's it called on Instagram? Post a story. Man, I'm just getting to that age and that stage where, like, if you don't fuck with me, man, it's fuck you at this point. Sarge, I ain't gonna lie to you, because the way I show up for people, the way that I present myself and the type of person that I am, like, I'm gonna show a motherfucker love because it don't cost nothing to show no love. And I'm paying attention. And if you don't return the favor, you don't reciprocate the energy, just know I'm on your ass.
Yeah.
And if you come up to me, and you wonder why it's different, you wonder why we ain't talked, or you wonder why I don't check in, or you wonder why this, you wonder why that, just keep on wondering, man. Because goddamn, I got my own kids to worry about. This injury shit have taught me a lot. I'm at a very different place in my life right now than I was 5-6 months ago. So I'm being conscious of that, and I'm taking inventory. So that shit been on my mind. And this podcast thing and all this shit we doing has been therapeutic for me. So I gotta start speaking my piece a little bit more. But that's something I had to get off.
Yeah, and I'm just hoping that I able to be in the group chat. Oh, so look, check this out. So I know. Look, I know it's one thing we know, but I'm old, so there's multiple things that I know. One, so the University of Michigan, former University of Michigan head coach Sherrone Moore.
Who pull that article up?
Right,
Because I want to make sure we get this right.
He got the charges dropped as far as stalking and all that other stuff. But my whole thing is this: is that just like I felt about Michael Vick and the dog fighting. Bro, you should have lost your job for stupidity. You at the top, you making all this money, you go out and you do some stupid things like this at work, at your job. Everybody know you don't shit where you eat at all, period. And so I understand, hey, I'm happy to see a black man got off. I'm happy to see that a black man didn't get charged as far as stalking and this, that, and the other. And, it brings me back to, damn, who all is she smashing? Because if the investigators forgot to put in some of the stuff, and then now they come and say, yeah, this is it. Like, wait a minute, what? So I feel like he should have been charged with stupidity, just like Michael Vick should have been charged with stupidity.
And he a black coach. Like, fuck is you doing? I mean, you know what I'm saying? What is you doing?
Why everybody watching?
You feel me?
So that's one thing.
I got a question. Did he really crash out? The story that they put in there, did he really crash out?
They're saying that he did, but he didn't. He didn't crash out in the way that she said he crashed out. He didn't crash out in stalking her.
And pull up at the house and put a knife to his throat and all that.
Exactly.
So that story is false.
Yeah, they said that they dropped the charges on that. That's one of the things that they said that they dropped the charges on. So,
good. Okay.
That's one thing.
Man, he come back to the NFL and get a job or somebody.
Ain't nobody hiring him yet.
Shit, not right now, but
hey,
I'm
look,
saying.
Right. If he's a white head coach, he just go down to Alabama and that's where they always go. They go to Alabama, and they work in that system until they get themselves together.
They think it's at HBCU or something like that.
And then they move back. Yeah, he can go to send him to Grambling or something. Send him to Morgan State. Don't send him to Prairie View.
Man, listen, man, do not do this shit he just did, man. Damn,
at
man.
all.
But at least he ain't got to go to jail. He got booked and all that, but at least he ain't got to go to jail. How about
public humiliation?
Public humiliation. Yeah. This is my man, so I got to say this publicly too. How about the headline of Dillon Brooks having a DUI and he blew a 0?
Okay. Well, I don't know how you. So
he told the police officer, you was swerving too.
Couple of things with that. They got him for driving under the influence, right? So I don't think it just had to be with alcohol. I think that marijuana means that you're under the influence as well. Where I felt like the cop was stupid at though, is he said, this car smells like a dispensary. And I'm saying to myself, are you an idiot? Dispensaries don't smell like weed.
Ain't never been in no dispensary.
Right. Exactly. Just say, hey, the car smells like weed. And then you go. So then you got to go and you try to prove that he was under the influence like that. But I don't like that. And if as being in Scottsdale, I've been in Scottsdale entirely too. I go like once a year, and I'm saying to myself, I drive like this in Scottsdale.
And he just got hurt. He might be under medication. Like,
you ain't asked what happened to your hand. Like, bro, you pulled over Dillon Brooks. He plays for your team. You don't know that?
Yeah, he's still black though.
Yeah, Dillon's hilarious too.
Yeah, this trash talking the cop in the backseat is crazy. But I just didn't like, because I watched it in real time. Dillon Brooks DUI. All of a sudden now the body cam come out. Oh, he blew a 0. Oh, we booked him, took a mug shot, put that shit out, and then now is no charges, nothing being filed, no nothing. We just let him go. Like, that's the bad part about being a public figure.
That's what I was gonna say earlier, real quickly. I was gonna say this earlier, is that when you talking about the players and the media, I tell young media members all the time, hey, be careful, because if you go about doing things the wrong way, you could say something and it could be totally false, but the burden of proving that you're innocent is not on you, it's on the player. Mm-hmm. So if I say something about you, Fred, it could be totally false. I could just go on about my day. Now you got to spend the time defending, saying Sarge is lying, blase this, blase that.
Because I watched online for 2-3 hours of everybody saying how selfish and reckless and dangerous he was for driving drunk. Yeah. That's what I'm speaking to.
Oh, okay, right. Yeah.
Right.
And then blew a 0.
You know what I'm saying? It was like, no, it wasn't even that. Nah, whatever, you know what I mean, however it went, it went. You don't like to see that for nobody, especially somebody that you fuck with. So DB, my man, I ain't like to see that for him.
And another thing I know, Tristan, I gotta throw this in there because this gonna make Fred smile. Hey, I ain't gonna even lie. I'm happy for Dak Prescott. Even though marriage is the closest thing he is ever gonna get to a ring, like marriage is that's the closest thing. That's the closest he's ever gonna get to a ring. But I like what he did because
and he still ain't get that motherfucker.
He ain't got it yet.
So what's the story on that one?
So Dak Prescott and his fiance broke up during their dual bachelorette party, and they said that allegedly that it's over. He wanted her to sign a prenup, and she didn't want to sign the prenup. I'm proud of that because if you love me, then you love me. Hey,
the boy dodged the bullet with that one.
Yeah, whether you gonna get this, why can't you sign a prenup? If you say you love me, you love me. Why you gotta want my stuff that I'm gonna have, even though it's gonna become our stuff? And you got 2 kids, so you got 2 little bankrolls running around here. Earned income credit 1 and earned income credit 2. You don't even have to know their name. Yeah. Yep, 2. They got 2 kids together, and so the report is that he wanted a prenup and she didn't want to sign the prenup, and so they broke it off. They were supposed to get married next month in Italy.
That conversation like early on though? The wedding what, next month?
Next month in Italy.
Then you had the bachelorette party, and then her caption with her homegirls is, "Oh, thank God for my girlfriend."
No, that happened one more other time though.
How long they been together?
They've been together for a minute.
Man, listen,
supposed to been happening.
It happened to Steven Jackson on his wedding day.
Yeah, that was a crazy story. And I think that one day, hopefully, Dak could tell this story to share with the rest of the world so that men, because it's like, men is not really taught to tell our side of the story either, right? Because you're going to be victimized. 2 things I thought about when I'm looking at this. Number 1, don't have no damn joint bachelorette party. I don't know who came up with that shit.
At all.
That was some bullshit.
That's
These
crazy.
ass niggas.
Don't do that shit. I don't give a fuck what she say. If your wife make you have a party together, you need to get another one.
I ain't doing that.
Fuck that.
I am not doing that.
And 2, you got to get the prenup. Come on now. What we talking about? That's just like goddamn, you got to put the seatbelt on. I ride with my seatbelt on when I drive.
Me too.
Yeah, I ain't goddamn getting no wedding without no prenup.
Hey,
for what?
That's what I want to
Unless you want to do the destination wedding, I support that. Destination wedding, no paperwork.
Yeah, because they're supposed to get married in Italy. But my whole thing is, because they're making Dak out to be the bad guy. They're making Dak out to be the bad guy. It's like, well, if you love her, why can't you split whatever you have with her? And my whole thing is, well, if she love him, then why she just don't sign it? If I really love you, hey, look, where do I need to sign?
And guess what? I'm so crazy. The wedding just might not be up. We ain't got to break up. Right. We just ain't getting married.
Hey, look, because
that's the public
shit. What you talking about? See, look at this shit right here. This is what they going on. Man. That's the thing about having a public thing, man. I tell you, I went through it. I proposed on goddamn Instagram and shit. That changed everything. That public pressure from the outside is a motherfucker, man. Most people don't have to go through that.
But see, a lot of these people that's talking about Dak is in the wrong, that's because you married Tyrone. He has shit. What you gonna get half his $30 in the bank? You gonna get hey,
that's more love than they just had.
Hey, look, if we break up, I get 2 of those backwoods.
Oh, my mama.
2 of those backwoods are mine.
No, better yet, you gonna take my shit.
Yeah,
that's what's gonna happen in this situation. Cause listen, but I don't know. I don't want to go too far in it. They in Texas. They got kids together, so they most likely mostly common law. They most like community property. The prenup ain't gonna do too much for him anyway. So I don't know what the dispute was. I'm not on the ins and outs of it, but I do know a few things about
them kids
this situation
alone. Them kids alone gonna get her paid.
So it had to have been more than that then. It couldn't have just been the kids. We speculating, we don't know. But that's your quarterback. And
Dak too lame to get caught cheating. He too lame.
He either going to score...
Unless Jerry make him cheat.
600 yards next year or 6,000 yards. One of the two. I hope he come back and ball out.
I do too.
He don't even want to hear. He don't even want to believe that shit.
Just for your sake. Even though they probably end a little bit.
Well, I just want to do it so I can talk shit to y'all.
They probably be like, I probably win like 4 games next year. Like 4-13 or some shit. Whatever the fuck it may be.
It'll be right in the same boat as the Ravens.
Yeah, you think.
Dang.
Well, Fred, you want to close out?
Yeah, shit. You just fucked my whole day up with that one. Dak Prescott, boy. We're gonna pray for you.
And Sherrone.
And Sherrone and all. Everybody,
no
we rooting for everybody, man. Listen, another great show. First one was Sarge in the books. It's a lot of fun, man. Welcome to the show. Let us know what you want to hear from, who you want to hear from. Send your questions in. Keep liking, subscribing, all that dumb shit y'all got to do for that. I'm having fun and we enjoying this show. So we're gonna get our Rockets back on the right track. So Sarge can't talk shit about us no more. And we're gonna keep building.
That's gonna get clipped. That's gonna get clipped. Sarge, I thought you loved the
that op
Rockets.
shit over there.
We're gonna keep building, man. So tune in, and stay tuned for the next one. Hey, and go watch that Draymond Green episode, man. A real good episode. That should be out everywhere now. Check that out. And stay tuned in with us.
Unguarded. What up?
Oh, I'm out.